RC, what impressed you about that Jets defense?
Well, right now, Marcus and I are in Woodstock, so it feels like it's 1969. So if the DJ was going to cue it up, I would say it's too much sauce. And what I'm talking about is DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner not being a part of this game. Bryce Hall at one corner, Craig James at another. And this defense finding a way to get to Jalen Hurts, created 4 turnovers. Jermaine Johnson played absolutely out of his mind. And the undrafted free agent, Tony Adams, finishes one of the biggest plays of the game. He gets the pick, runs it down into the red zone, and it's followed by a Breece Hall touchdown. The New York Jets stepped up in this game and said, we are going to make the plays to give our team an opportunity to win. And when Zach Wilson is playing the way that he played yesterday, it gives you just enough confidence to know that if we make plays, we have a chance. And when he took over for Aaron Rodgers, it didn't feel that way.
Man, shout out to the pressure with 4, brother, because that's what it was about as well, being able to give some coverage on the back end. And obviously we saw Jalen hit some passes, but this 4-man rush from the New York Jets, and even at times a 3-man rush changing looks for Jalen Hurts is what I thought put him under a lot of duress. But this is what I talk about synergy with a defensive line, understanding it like a basketball team. I want y'all to look at this pocket. This is perfect. Nobody is beyond Jalen Hurts' shoulder. Both of the D tackles are pushing. Quentin Williams has the double team, so he's searching for a finish late in the game. I know it may not look like much, right? And we all focus on the sack, but there's a process and a method to getting to that point. And I know Jalen got out at times and was able to use his legs, but you just want to have opportunities when you don't add guys in pressure to be able to keep a quarterback not only in the pocket, but to be able to pressure him and make him feel like somebody is around him. And obviously they were able to do that. The Jets defensive line, I truly believe, won this game from a defensive standpoint against the Eagles.
Totally agree. Pressure busts pipes. And so often you hear defensive linemen and defensive coaches say, like, we just got to pressure the quarterback. Maybe they're not able to all the time get him to the ground, but it's the cumulative effect that are going to impact how the quarterback plays. Marcus, I thought it started to show really in the fourth quarter, dude. This is fourth quarter. It's 2nd and 4. This is just a 3-man rush. Jalen Hurts, instead of hanging in the pocket and taking that check down for the tight end, he's going to take off and run, even though it's not needed to, because for the first 3 quarters, he felt that pocket starting to get condensed and condensed and condensed. Fourth quarter, 13:55. 1st and 10. This time he's going to have 2 checkdowns and a 4-man rush. Instead of taking one of those checkdowns, he gets impatient. He gets to that point where, oh, where is the pocket coming closer to me than it actually is? And that ball gets botted up in the air and it picked off. Marcus, this is that clip you showed, 3rd and 6. Look at his posture at the top of the drop. He's not ready to be a thrower. He's turning into a runner right there. Instead of maybe finding that shallow cross or that back into the flat, he takes off and runs. And instead of a potential conversion, it's going to be a sack. Marcus, for me, it was the cumulative effect of the first 3 quarters kind of showing up. And that interception is everything because Jalen is retreating backwards and throwing off his back foot when the pocket is plenty clean to find the throw downfield.
Dan, it's phenomenal because we always have these conversations, right, RC? And people would ask you, like, what's your rush plan? The Jets, they executed their rush plan to a T. And to your point, Dan, they made Jalen Hurts feel pressure when it was phantom pressure because their plan was to get him like that in the fourth quarter. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Watching a boxer who gets hit really early. And now he's taking every feint or every flinch and he's reacting to it. And that's what Jalen Hurts started to do toward the end of the game.
Dan Harris looked good
today.
I
was just about to say, it's Johnny Bravo.
It feels like
he looked good today.
He body to it.
Wavy.
He put that thickening spray in there.
That boy looked like he went to Marty Smith class. I see you.
Give me a number 2.
All right, well, Dan's hair is standing up, but let's get to what stood out on Sunday.